Hello, everyone. Janine here. Welcome to another episode of the Book Publishing Academy podcast. Today, I am super excited because we do have a special guest who is an author named Lance Viator. And I am just so grateful that he chose to be with us today because we're going to learn a little bit more about him, about his book, and all of the amazing projects that he is working on. If you are new to the podcast, as you know, we love to interview our Book Publishing Academy authors, and we love to talk about all things publishing. So welcome. Thank you, Lance, for joining us. How are you today?
Thank you for having me. I'm doing good today. How are you?
I am doing great. It's Friday. I'm in a great mood, and I'm excited to be here today. So tell our listeners and our viewers a little bit more about you. Who is Lance?
When I was like in my early 20s, me and my friends, we would shoot music videos and we would record music. And I ended up getting in the clubs free because I was good with the camera because I shot a lot of local artists and stuff like that. And I used to run around the streets in the hood with a $3,000 camera, just not thinking about my consequences. Someone was to rob me or to hurt me, you know what I'm saying? But I did it because I had the passion, for music. And then in 2021, my best friend, his name is Jordan Porter, he passed away. His sister had shot him in the stomach and killed him.
Wow.
And after that, that's when I just decided to change my lifestyle and change my environment and who I hang around. And I ended up getting closer to God, and that's when I found my purpose. I found a new purpose. I thought that shooting music videos was my purpose, but really it was writing a book and inspiring other people, using my story to help people with their situations.
Wow, I did not know any of this. And this is so, see, there's going to be a lot of people that you are going to inspire because there are a lot of us that come from places where, like you said, we come from neighborhoods where we are don't grow up with the best influences, or maybe we surround ourselves with people that are not the best influences. And but sometimes there's that one thing that kind of opens your eyes and like, hello, if you continue down this path or hanging around the wrong people, you're going to end up in a different, with a different outcome. And I love that you took that situation with your friend and you're like, okay, I need to make a change in my life. What inspired you? Like, did you always think you were gonna write a book, or what was that moment where you were like, I think I'm gonna start writing about my story?
To be honest, I didn't even like reading when I was younger. Like I just started getting into books and going to bookstores and writing. I always wrote music. I wrote songs. I wrote poetry and stuff like that. But I never wrote a book. But I always had so many talents. I have a lot of different talents. So that's when I got close to God, I asked Him to help me find my purpose. And then I was switching the TV channel, and like two or three different stations was talking about writing a book. And I believe in fate and I believe in stuff like that. So I think that God put the book in my life, the idea to change my lifestyle. Because ever since then, I've been having a lot of good things happen to me. My whole life, I've been in trouble, just hanging around the wrong crowd. But after I wrote the book, that's when things started changing. I felt like that's what God wanted me to do, is just to write a book. I just had to find my purpose and I had to stop being lazy and I just had to go out and get it.
So, okay, so you used to write poetry and you used to write music, but a book is a completely different, like it's kind of like when you write a movie, when you compare a movie script to like a book, they're two separate things. So when you think of like poetry and like just a book, there's still two different things. And for you to write a whole book, guys, because I read his book is amazing. You are an amazing writer. So it's so interesting to me that you're just like, well, one day I was flipping through the channels, God gave me the vision, and I just wrote this book, but the book is amazing. Like, you did a really good job writing it. Tell us a little bit about the book. What is it called, and what's the premise about it?
It's called The Fear of Silence. And it's about a person, it's a character I made up. I use fake names, but it's about my life. But I use fake names for privacy. But the character, he has Tourette's syndrome, and he twitches and he don't know how to talk to people and be out in the world. Like he's nervous all the time because he twitches. People judge him and stuff. And he always had this dream to shoot music videos. And his dream was to shoot for celebrities, and they ended up shooting a music video. Him and his friends shot a music video for NBA YoungBoy. This happened in real life. Me and my friend, we shot a music video for NBA YoungBoy. It's called How I'm Living. So it's a book to motivate people. It's for the underdogs. It's for the ones that get doubted on and they get pushed to the side because of their disabilities. You know what I'm saying? But like, it doesn't matter if you're popular. It doesn't matter how much money you have, how pretty your girlfriend is, how good you think your life is. You know, if you're not helping other people, then you're really no better than that person. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to write something different to inspire people because I was tired of the same things. It's a fun book and it's about music, it's about drama, suspense, romance. It got all that in it. So I just want to make reading fun again because when I was growing up, all the books were boring to me. But like I feel like mine, like people would be more interested in it because of the name and what it's about. And it's like 8 Mile, but
Hmm.
it's a cameraman's point of view. It's a cameraman's point of view instead of a rapper. And that's what I wanted it to be like.
You know what I liked about your book is that I read it in like 3 days. And I tend to read more like self-help type of books, business books. But your book was it was like a novel, but it had drama in it, and it was like good drama. And I was like, I could not put the book down. Like I just I was like invested, and I was like, okay, I can't wait till I can get to the next page, the next chapter, and find out what happened in their love story. So it was really, really good. And so, are you working on a second book?
Yeah, I'm working on the Fear Silence Part 2. I would like to do like a Goosebumps series, like the Fear Silence short stories, because I made it where it's not too big of a book, like it's the same size as the Goosebumps book. So I want it to be like a series, but I'm working on number 2 right now, and I have a lot of like goals. I would like to make another novel called Jesus is My Superman, and I like to do part 2 of the Fear Silence, and then the short stories. And really, I want to make a Fear Silence the movie. That's really that's my main goal. That's on my bucket list is to make a movie because I like to direct. I like to be with the camera and make my own movies and direct my own movie. That's my dream.
Okay, a couple things here. Let's talk about the movie first. The As far as the movie, what do you need in order to make that happen? To make the
I
story
have a
happen?
I have a cameraman, I have a script writer and all that. I just need the actors. I need actors that are committed, like, and that are not gonna cost me an arm and a leg, you know what I'm saying? So basically all I need is actors because I have the vision and everything. I have what I wanted to like. I even have the beginning in my head how I want to start it off. I have a script writer, I have a cameraman. So all I need is actors, really.
I always say put it out into the universe. God is always listening. So when you say it out loud, God is listening to you. So just continue to talk about it. And so, okay, so you need the actors. I remember you had shown me a graphic. You even have a graphic that has your vision of who the actors would be and what their, roles would be. But if you were to shoot this movie, how long do you think it would take?
To shoot it, probably a couple months, probably 2 or 3 months, you know,
2 to 3 months,
not too long.
a
I
couple
want it to be like at
actors.
least an hour and a half. I want it to be at least an hour and a half. Not a little short movie, but like an hour and a half, because 30 minutes would be too short, you know? So
And remind me again, what city and state are you? I'm asking all this because you never know. There might be a listener that's near you that is like, "Hey, I'm on board. I want to help you out." What city
I'm
and
from
state?
Lafayette, Louisiana. That's where
Got
I'm
it.
from.
Okay, because if I was out there, I'd be like, "Me, pick me." I started acting last year. I produced my very first documentary, actually 2 years ago. My very first documentary, and I got to act in it. And I had the time of my life. I was like, this is
I think
amazing.
I seen a clip of you acting like you were a girlfriend and
Yeah.
y'all had like drama. I seen it. You did a good job on it. I liked it.
You know what? I've always been a book writer. I've never thought about acting. I've never thought about movies or anything like that. But I had a rapper write a song, and then he was like, I'm gonna shoot the music video. I was like, cool, I'll fly out. We'll do the music video. I'll be the main girl in the video. But when we were acting, I was like, this is fun. Like this is amazing. And then since then, I think we've produced three documentaries since then. So it's like a whole new world when you're able to take a story and then visually like make something happen so that people can see it. Like that's just so I'm excited for your movie. I know that it's gonna come to pass. So just keep talking about it, keep visualizing it, keep praying about it, because God's gonna make it happen. And then tell us a little more about the other book. You said Jesus is my Superman. Tell us about that one.
It's about he's a Hollywood movie director and he gets kidnapped and they take him. He's on a plane and they drop him off on an island with nothing but a Bible. He had a little Bible in his pocket. That's all he had. He had no food, no money, no phone, no nothing. And he started praying to God to save him and help him. And it's like a Christian action novel about somebody that needs God to save him. You know, basically what we do in the real world on a normal daily basis. We need God to save us in situations, but he's in on an island, and a lot of things happen to him while he's on the island. He gets attacked by pirates. He gets attacked by animals, wild animals, and stuff like that. So it's gonna be something different than my first book. It's gonna be about God. It's gonna be a Christian action novel.
I love it. You have a very big imagination because I wouldn't have been able to come up with that, but I love that. That's gonna be an amazing, amazing book. Tell us what else have you been working on? So you have the Fear of Silence 2, you have the idea of Jesus is my Superman, and you want to work on this movie. What other projects are you working on, or what can we expect from you in the future?
I like to make the Fear Silence, the short stories, kind of like the Goosebumps, something like that. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of different books with different colors. With the Fear Silence, the short stories, and
I
that's my next goal.
Well, and you know what? Like when I was growing up, Goosebumps was one of my, well, I think every kid's favorite book series. That and the TV, because I know that they had the TV show, the Goosebumps shows. So I think that if you did The Fear of Silence for adults to read or young adults to read, we would be all over it. So I can't wait for that. And tell us, so okay, you have been featured on a couple of different like magazines and like news features. Tell us a little bit about that.
I was on 24 Hip Hop Magazine. I was on Reader's Magnet magazine. I was on Briggs on Books TV show. That was on the third. I've been I was a guest speaker at the Youth Challenge program, the National Guard. And
That was amazing to see you speaking in front of all of those young kids. That's such an
yeah, I got to get
inspiration to them.
on, just tell them about my story. And when I asked them if they wanted a book, they all raised their hands like they was really interested in my book. They was running like wolves, like a pack of wolves to grab my book. You know what I'm saying?
I love
Because they all know who NBA YoungBoy is. So when I told them that I shot a video for NBA YoungBoy, they was all interested. They was asking me if I was famous, all kind of questions like that.
You know what? Because it's like young kids, they have these like visions, right? But they don't think that it's possible. So when they meet someone like you or me and they see us doing amazing things, their eyes light up like, oh my God, you're an author? Like, yeah, like you could totally be one too. You know what I mean? So you going and speaking to them, it allows them to like open up their eyes and open up their minds to like, you could do this too. So that's so amazing. And I know, so okay, you spoke as well at that event, and then right now you're nominated for 3 different awards through the Book Publishing Academy. And you know what's crazy is we actually received, I think right now we're at 150 votes that we've received, and your followers, yeah, your followers are doing really, really well. They're like competing really, really well. They're submitting a lot of great comments for you. So I'm super excited to see who wins some of these awards. So guys, if you're listening, we do have, if you go to bookpublishingacademyawards.com, you can go on there and you can vote for Lance's Fear Silence book. He's nominated for 3 books, and I can't wait to see who wins in April. So that's really super dope. So
Yeah,
Lance,
shout out to all.
mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I I was gonna say shout out to all the authors that work hard and push their book, and because in this business you're gonna get left on red sometimes. You're gonna give it your all, and sometimes you're gonna feel like giving up. So shout out to all the authors that are nominated for an award because it's so hard to push when nobody believes in you. So shout out to the ones that work hard to push for their book to
That's
be
awesome.
something.
Thank you, Lance, for that. What would you say? Can you share a little bit of your experience? What was your experience like working with the Book Publishing Academy on your book?
Oh, it was everything that I needed. Every time I had a problem or I got help instantly. I would highly suggest anybody to go to the program. It was a very good program. I was satisfied with it. I had no problems at all. I would do it all over again.
In the beginning, let's say when you were writing your book, did you know anything about the book publishing process?
I didn't know anything about publishing a book. I just knew how to write it. I knew how to make the book cover. That's all I knew. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know about you had to type it and get an editor and all them things like that.
And and it's really cool to see like where you started and where you end, well, not even ended, but like where you are now. Because yeah, we had spoken on the phone that day. You got started with the Book Publishing Academy. You had someone professionally edit the book, then you had the book cover created. Like there's just so many steps to it. We got the book copyrighted, and then you have to get the barcode. But once you had the book in your hand, how did that feel for you?
It felt like the biggest accomplishment. Even though when I shot music videos, I didn't get the attention that I got when I wrote a book. Like I got a lot of attention from that book. Even when I shot, like I could shoot a perfectly clear music video. I'm just another person trying to rap in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? But like when I wrote a book, it was more amazing to them. Like it brought their attention. You know, it was impressive. You know.
Yeah. I sometimes when I grab my book, I have this moment where I'm like, "Oh my God, that's really mine." Like it's almost like you can't believe it. Like I really wrote this. I did this. You know what I mean? Like it's such a great feeling.
And you wrote 7 books, right?
I have 7 books. Yeah. I'm currently working on the 8th one. So we'll see. Hopefully it comes out
I
this
was
year.
I was looking for your children's book in the category. Why you didn't put your book on the category
I
for
didn't
the
I
children?
didn't I didn't put any of my books in the category. I don't, well, because I'm the one that's putting on the awards, so I think it would be unbiased of me or biased of me to put my own books in there. And I don't want to compete with you guys. My goal is really to help you guys publish and to help you guys be successful. So I will receive awards in other ways. I think by you guys publishing and doing an amazing job is already an award for me. So, but I didn't want to compete with you guys. And I think it would be wrong to have people vote for me when I'm the one putting it together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I like the book publishing academy because you're not in competition. You want all your authors to win. You know what I'm saying? Like you want us all to win. Like you're not. There's no jealousy or none involved. It's straight business. That's why I liked it the most.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much for the feedback. And you know what? With the awards, there is one question because I asked them who is your favorite like MVP author, and I give them a description of what a MVP person would be, and then I asked them who like why did you choose this person? And I have 150 responses of people like just pouring their heart out. Lance is blah 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 blah, blah, and they're just telling us how amazing you, Walt, Mariana, how everyone is just so great. So I honestly think I'm gonna take all of those quotes and feedback that I got and I'm gonna like personalize it for each author because it's when you read it, it's so inspirational to see like our supporters, friends, family, or just random people that have read our books and they're putting some amazing, amazing like just comments in there. So it's gonna be good. So hopefully we get to see you at the event in April. We would love to have you. So yeah, I did want to ask you one last question. Oh, so, okay. So you had the book in your hand, and obviously it feels amazing to now be a published author. When you think of the next, like couple years, do you see yourself taking, the book to a different level, maybe speaking internationally or nationally around the globe, like maybe mentoring other kids? Like, do you have a bigger vision for it?
So I would like to be a youth pastor because I like inspiring the youth and I like talking to them and helping them change their life. I don't know where to start. You know what I'm saying? So I don't just want to be an author. I want to be a motivational speaker. Pastor Stephen Furtick, like a motivational speaker like that because I watch him all the time and I ain't never met nobody that would change my mindset. Like he changed my whole mindset. You know what I'm saying? He made it to where church wasn't boring and like I was interested in it because I've been looking for a pastor that I could just click with, and not turn it off because I'm bored. And I started listening to him and all the things that he said, and that made me want to be like him. I like to talk and motivate the youth, just give back. Do something good for the world.
And I relate to a lot of those pastors that have had rough pasts like us, that have gone through things or that we can relate to them. Like, oh my God, I resonate with that story. I've been through something like that. You know what I mean? And there's no judgment. So I highly recommend. I actually just watched it yesterday. It's called the Jesus Revolution movie. It's on Netflix. And they talk
Yes,
about that. You seen it? And how he's
I've
like
seen it.
he just volunteers one day. He's like, "Can I talk to the youth at the one church?" And the guy was like, "Okay, you're assigned on Wednesdays." And then so honestly, like to answer like what you were saying is like you don't know where to start, but sometimes you just start. You have to just go connect with people and volunteer yourself, like, "Hey, I volunteer. Maybe I'll speak one day or I'll do a little bit here." And then you just start bringing yourself around more in that environment and see and ask God to like guide you in that. Lance, where can our viewers and listeners grab your book if they're interested?
You can find it on Amazon.com. Just type in The Fierce Silence and it should pop up. And if you want to learn more about me and my life as an author, just type in my name, Lance Viator, on Google, and it pops right up.
Love it. And if they're interested in connecting with you about maybe possible collaborations or just want to, reach out to you, is Instagram the best way? What is your IG handle?
Yeah, they can message me on Lance V337. That's my Instagram, and my Facebook is Lance Viator.
Got it. Thank you so much. So, one last question. If there are any writers out there that are wanting to write a book, but they keep holding themselves back, maybe they have fear, what would you tell that person to inspire them?
Just don't listen to other people's opinions. Always be yourself. Don't try to fit in with the crowd and stuff. Because I used to have bad anxiety. And especially at night, I would think about all the things that people would tell me. They would put me down and just they would doubt me and tease me, judge me. So you just got to tell yourself, look, I know who I am and I know that I'm not what they say. If you know who you are, then that's all that matters. So just don't give in to other people's opinions. Don't listen to what they say and just talk to God. And he always came through for me, so he'll come through for you too.
I love that message. Thank you so much, Lance. And if you're listening, I want to thank you so much for joining us on another episode of the Book Publishing Academy podcast. We do encourage you to like, subscribe, leave a comment, share with your friends, and we will see you next week on another episode. Thank you so much, Lance, for joining us. We truly appreciate you.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks.